What's going on, YouTube? This video has no cards. It's just a little video about me. I wanted to put up this video for a while, and the reason why I haven't is because I've been simply terrified to do it. Uh, it's something I hate, feeling like I'm different than everybody else in ways, and that's one of the reasons why. But I watch videos like Carmine's story, and I kind of pushed me a little bit to do my own story. It's no way as involved as Mr. Carmine, but since I consider a lot of you my friends out there, I want to make this a little more personal. If you're really, truly a friend, which I do believe I have a few out there in YouTube land, I would like you to know a little bit more about me and why I do the things I do. So, to get it started here, I'm going to first off say that I have a chronic disease. I've told a few of you guys this, and it's not something I really like to talk about because it involves so much, and I don't, like I said, I don't feel like, I don't like feeling that I'm different. My chronic disease is called chronic pancreatitis, and the pain involved in it is, how can I rate it? The pain, if I have a chronic pancreatitis attack, I would rather break a finger or do something like that instead of having those attacks that come in, because a break of a finger is quick. Sometimes my pancreatic attacks could last up 2 days. Sometimes they don't last long at all, but the pain is substantial, and that's tough for me to deal with sometimes. I have to do a lot of things different than most other people. First off, I started off, and I used to get pain throughout when I was a child, and I would not eat, and I'd feel better after a while. Well, after high school, I started working a summer job before I went to college, and I went a good. The pain at that point was every time I ate something, the pain would just shoot. So I stopped eating and was on a liquid diet that I put on myself, because in my household growing up, you didn't complain about stuff like that. You couldn't. It was anything that would cost a substantial amount of money to my parents. You didn't want to say it. You know, it took me forever to tell them I needed glasses as a kid. So there's something I just kept to myself, and I wouldn't. After high school, I stopped eating for. It was 2.5 months, almost 3 months. I lost 45 pounds in that time period. Now I weigh like 145 now, so you can imagine what it was for someone of my stature to lose 45 pounds. I was under 100 pounds. I looked like death. So finally, I finally had to go to the hospital. It was just There was no two ways around it. And at that point, they carried me, and my dad actually had to pick me up and carry me because I just dropped to the ground. It's part of it was exhaustion, part of it was pain. So I got to the hospital. The local hospital here is basically how I think of it is, we're a small town, and our local hospital here, we don't have the best doctors. We have the C-minus doctors, is what I call them. The people that passed being a doctor, but are really not the people you want to see. So basically, you know, they would put me in a liquid diet and get me out of there. Well, I went back and forth, but this is like 2 years, and I was going to college, back and forth out of the hospital, inside the hospital, and eventually we had one smart doctor. Actually, he was a surgeon who took out my gallbladder, and he says, "What are you still doing here?" And he sent me up to Mayo Clinic, which is in Rochester, Minnesota. Mayo Clinic is the best hospital in America. They found out what was wrong with me, and got me situated into pain medications and pills so I could finally eat again. But the attacks kept coming back and coming back. I did that for a while. I got rid of the pain medications and started using recreational drugs to stop the pain, because that's the only thing that helped. I was, and probably still am, because you never recover from doing drugs, but I did everything under the sun to help me deal with the pain. So you can imagine what's out there, and I probably did it, and I did it a lot. I was totally, I did that for 2 years, and to get me straight, pain-wise. I went through that for a while. Then on my own, I found a way to subside the pain without using drugs. Actually, I had to go to a rehabilitation clinic for the drugs because I was pretty much out of my gourd. My personality now, compared to back then, while I was on drugs, is a complete 180. I'd rather step on your face than look at you back then. I had no pay. I had anger, like you wouldn't believe, and it was just because of this disease, anger, and the depression of not being able to function as a normal person in society. And it was so bad that I actually had to, after my first year of college, I could not go anymore. I had to stay at home in bed, and that's all I did. I was bedridden for the longest, and so that happened like that. And since then, I found a way to subside the pain with my mind. It's more like of a mind over matter, but I don't take any medication anymore. I manage the pain on my own without the help of with drugs, or I'm totally clean. And after I quit the drugs, the depression stopped, and I became a total 180. I now all I want to do is help people. And having that said, that's kind of the reason the way I am. Now the most important thing in my life is to become a functioning person in society, not feeling any different than everybody else. And that's why I'm so proud of what I do. I don't care what it is I do. I'm just proud to be able to do it and not feel different as much as different as everybody else. Um, but I still have the disease. It's never gonna go away. And when I get when I'm done with work and I go out and do what I got to do out there, I'm totally exhausted. It takes a lot out of me, but I'm never gonna ever gonna let anyone outwork me, and that's a guarantee. Um, Working hard is what I do. It's what I do best, and until I can physically not do it anymore, I'm gonna be the best I can be at whatever I do. So that's basically my little story, and I had to get it out there because, like I says, there are some true friends out there that uh, my friends that I know personally, they know about it, and they know the way I was before, they know the way I am now, and it's defined me as a person. So in the midst of nothing but negative, uh, which I was all negative, I in a roundabout way, this pancreatitis, chronic pancreatitis thing, has got me into the positive of everything. So I don't deal with drama. I don't have time for it because my life on this planet is going to be shorter than uh, any normal person. I don't like drama. I don't need it, and that's why I'm in this community. And you don't see me having any negative thoughts about it, and I'll keep persevering through it. Now, is it saying that I'm a saint? No, I am not a saint. Have I ever said something bad about something else and someone else in this community? Absolutely. Uh, do I regret it? Yes, absolutely. I shouldn't be opening my mouth about anything, really. So I am not a saint, but I do try my best to honor this community because this community has is part of my um, daily life, and I use it as um, relaxation. So I don't have to get because when I get worked up about something, that's when the pancreatitis likes to hit. So I don't try to work myself about anything. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So if you're thinking about doing some kind of rant video or about the community, just don't do that kind of stuff. Because I'm not going to waste time with you then. Uh, I don't have time for that kind of bull in my life. Uh, Next time you think about doing something like that, just don't do it. Um, and I go by Julian's words, Julian Gaston. It's a shout out to you, buddy. Stay positive on everything. Everything you do, not including cards, but everything you do. And do I always stay positive? No. Do I try? Yes. And that's the point. I try. Um, I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody. You know, it's not has nothing to do with the cards. Cards are so much of a secondary in this community to me. It's about the people you know and the people you deal with. That's the fun thing for me, and I need this. I don't ever want to be so disgusted with it that I have to turn away because then I lose another thing that I really enjoy doing. So I just wanted to throw that out to everybody. That's me. That's the way I think about things. That's the way I deal with things. So uh, you might dislike it. You might like it, but I had to put that out there. And like I says, I haven't done this before. I thought about doing it for quite a while now. It is only because I'm just simply terrified to talk about this kind of stuff. Uh, it, but the only way I'm going to make myself any better is if I do talk about it and I face my fears. So that's me in a nutshell. So I just want to throw that out there for everybody. Do what you want with it, you know. Take some advice. Uh, but I just want to thank everybody in the community is my friend. Uh, I really appreciate all the positive comments and support. So I'm gonna be around as long as this community is still good to be around. So thanks everybody for watching, and take it easy, everybody. Deuces.